Sam Sarwin, thank you. Okay, looks like you guys can see me. Okay, we got a bunch of people coming on today. It's a very busy and exciting day for us, and we are going to be giving you guys some really good content. We're also going to be demoing our new version 2.0 of Easy VSL, which has been our top selling product over the last year. Marketers, tens of thousands of marketers have been using this product, and we are officially releasing it to the public in about an hour. So this webinar will probably go for about 45 minutes to an hour. Then we are going to be releasing it at 2 o'clock or at 11 o'clock Eastern time, which is in about an hour. But before we dive into that, I do have some awesome content that I want you guys to. We'll have a free download to the content that I'm going to be going over today, and I think you guys are going to like it. So we'll get started in just a few minutes here. Yes, Keith, we will continue to support Easy VSL version 1.0. So I mean, if there's any issues or bugs, obviously just bring those to our support's attention, and of course we'll be continuing to support the product. Charles from Port Charlotte, Florida, welcome. Marshall from Wilmington, North Carolina, welcome. Spencer from the UK, welcome, guys. Awesome to have all of you on this call. Like I said, we'll probably get started in just probably one more minute now. We still have a bunch of people coming on. Keith from Topeka, welcome, Keith. Great to have you guys on. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Today, what we're going to be specifically talking about is we're going to be talking about video sales letters. We're going to be talking about converting your sales page. So if you guys have a product or service that you're selling online that is either underperforming, or you're just trying to figure out ways to generate more sales with your products and services, this is a great webinar for you guys to be on. Okay. The title of this is how one simple trick can turn any underperforming sales page into a 5, 6, 7, or even 8-figure income stream. And that is completely the truth if you guys implement what I'm going to be teaching today. Okay. So let me go ahead. If any of you guys don't know who I am, again, my name is Mark Thompson. I'm the creator of digitalkickstart.com, which we sell internet marketing software and programs, training programs to entrepreneurs, internet marketers. I've been doing internet marketing full-time for about 9 years now, and you may have seen some of the other products that we've created, like Webinar Ignition, Social Kickstart, Nutshell Metrics, and many other programs, and we've generated over $20 million in sales. And so we've learned a few things here and there about how to convert visitors into paying customers. Okay. So let's go ahead and kind of set the landscape of what we're going to be talking about today. As you guys already know, video is the future. By 2016, 55% of all internet traffic will be generated from video. Okay, it's the fastest growing ad format, and video sales letters consistently outperform old school sales letters 3 to 5 times. Okay, now video sales letters have been around for a long time, and what we're going to be talking about is how to create a high converting video sales letter. Okay, time after time, they just outperform old school sales letters. So if you're not using VSLs in your marketing, you need to be. Okay. Now, if you guys didn't realize this, or don't think video is that powerful, or don't think that video can convert better than maybe an old school text-based sales page, 46 out of the top 50 top selling products on ClickBank all use videos on their sales messages or on their sales pages. Okay, and these products have been around forever. Okay, I mean the top selling products on ClickBank, they consistently, month after month, year after year, are the best selling products on ClickBank, and this is across all niches. Okay, not just internet marketing. It's dating, weight loss, you name it. Okay, video sells. Okay. Now, million-dollar companies use videos all the time on their web pages, and they're paying tens of thousands of dollars every day on advertising. Now, million-dollar companies, okay, wouldn't go and spend thousands of dollars every day on advertising if it wasn't converting. Okay. Plus, it's not only just the Microsofts of the world; it's even smaller companies that can make a killing on online with video. Okay, so they're consistently spending tens of thousands per day in advertising, and they're sending them to a video sales page. Okay, so you better believe that that is going to convert. Okay, now this data is taken directly from adbeat.com. It's a great solution or service out there that helps to see which websites are spending money on paid advertising. So just want to show you one really quick case study here. A company called keybiotics.com. They sell probiotic supplements. You can go to, you can see the long URL there. They're spending on average over $10,000 per day. Okay, sometimes up to $35,000 per day. Okay, now they're sending them to a video sales letter. Okay, this is just one ad. They spent $159,136 on just one ad alone. Okay, and they're sending that traffic to a video sales letter. Okay, the dogtrainingsecrets.com spending on average about $2,000 per day, and they're sending people to a tips page, and that also has video on it. Okay, waterliberty.com removes metals from water products. Okay, spending up to $54,000 per day. Okay, now the moral of the story is all of these websites or all of these brands or companies are driving people to video sales letters. Okay, now they would not be spending thousands of dollars a day if it wasn't converting. Okay, and this is really, I mean, if you go and you do your research, guys, you'll just notice video sells. Okay, now I want to give you guys a free download of my 10x no fail VSL mind map. Okay, you can go to easyvsl.com/download and grab a copy of this PDF, and we're going to be going over it today on this call. Okay, there's 10 steps that you need to have, or at least 10 elements on your video sales letter, okay, to help make it convert and to help maximize your conversions. And so we're going to be going over this mind map today. Okay, now the first one is what's called setting the hook. Okay, what we're trying to do with any video, okay, is get the attention of our customers, right? People come to our website. You only have maybe 5 seconds to get their attention. Okay, so you need to make sure that those 5 or 10 seconds is grabbing their attention and speaking directly to your audience. Okay, so you want to engage your viewers by using the right type of baits. Okay, now what works really, really well in this situation is starting off with questions. Okay, have you ever wanted to ... Do you wish you could ... So, and then after asking those questions, say, then pay close attention to this presentation, right? So by asking those few questions at the very, very beginning is meant to speak directly to your audience and really start to set the pain that people have, right? So an example would be if I'm trying to get people to use video sales letters, right? Is, are your sales pages underperforming? Do you wish that you could see 3 times conversion rates from just one simple trick? Okay, so hopefully that first step makes sense. Okay, the second step is storytelling. Okay, the best marketers in the world are great storytellers. Okay, stories resonate with your audience. Okay, and they just help to sell whatever product or service you have. Okay, now obviously the story needs to be relevant. Okay, it needs to identify with the problems your customers face. Okay, through your story. Okay, so here's a problem and this is how I solved it. Okay, one of the best ways to do this is by having what's called a customer persona. Okay, what I always do for every product that we're going to be bringing to market, I try to identify certain customer personas. Try to find out who are these people. Are they local business owners? Are they internet marketers? Are they how old are they? Are they in their 20s? Are they older? Are they male? Are they female? What are their likes and dislikes? So it's important to obviously research and understand who your audience is. Okay, that'll help to craft the story. Now, the story should obviously be real, whether it's your own story or someone else's story. It's important to make sure that it's real, but it needs to identify and relate with your audience. Okay, you want to paint a picture of what it would be like with your solution. Okay, and then you're going to be revealing that solution. Okay. Now, after you've done that, The third part is early scarcity. Okay, scarcity is by far and away the most powerful sales trigger. Okay, people buy on emotion. People buy because of scarcity. They don't like missing out on a deal. So in order to keep them on the edge, we want to use our story. Okay, but we don't want to also make any empty promises. Okay, so when you go and you explain what the offer is, okay, people buy on emotion. Okay, your product must deliver. Okay, make them understand and realize, hey, if I leave this sales page or I just stop watching your video, okay, I could be missing out on something that could change my life, my business, whatever it is that your product does. So if they leave now, what is it that they're going to be missing? And you need to say that early in your video that, hey, if you leave now, your situation is not going to change. But if you take a leap of faith and you watch the rest of this video and take action, then your situation can do X, Y, Z, right? Okay. Element number 4 is providing your solution. Okay, how and why did you create this product? Okay, if you can relate it to your story, saying, okay, well, this was my situation, this happened in my life, and this is the reason that we created this solution. Okay, because it solves a real problem. Okay, so if you can tie it in with your story, that's great. Okay, we always like to try to add a picture of the product, some sort of a logo or an e-cover. It helps to bring tangibility to the offer, especially if you guys are selling digital products. You always see probably a lot of e-covers or software boxes, that type of stuff, because it helps to bring tangibility to the offer or to the product. Okay. So you're revealing what the solution is, your product. Okay. Step number 5 is explaining the features and benefits. Okay. For example, with our auto post feature, this allows you to automatically post relevant content to your fan page, right? Now, what we want to do here is give them the benefits of the benefit. Okay, so an example would be what I just said. Okay, with this auto post feature, this allows you to automatically post relevant content to your fan page. That's great. Okay, that's a benefit, but we want to take it one step further. Okay, by automatically posting relevant content to your Facebook fan page, it allows you to easily scale your Facebook marketing by reducing your overhead costs while growing the number of fans, which results in more profits you generate from your fan page. Okay, so just saying that it automatically posts content to your fan page, that's good, but what benefit does it have that it posts automatically to your fan page? Okay, it helps reduce your overhead costs while growing the number of fans and generating more profit. Okay, that's the benefit of the benefit. So you need to make sure that you take it one step further. Okay. Social proof. Okay. Regardless of what type of video or offer you have, you need to have some sort of social proof. Okay. You need to remove the doubt. Okay. And by removing the doubt, you back it up with testimonials, case studies, data from credible sources or your own data, ideally. And there's 2 different types of proof. There's social proof that you have from your own experiences, and then there's borrowed social proof. Okay, so borrowed social proof or borrowed credibility is going out and finding from credible sources, a strategy or a tactic or something that is related to your product or service that you can say, oh well, hey, this source from CNN.com claims that 90% of people blah blah blah, right? So if you don't have the social proof yourself, you can go and borrow it. Okay. But make sure that you use the source. Okay, so ideally you want to be able to show real results, right? Real testimonials, real case studies, real things that you have done, that you've implemented your product or solution that you're trying to sell them, and show them those results. If it's a brand new product, I get it. You may not have real social proof. You may have to go and borrow it from credible sources. Okay. Number 7 is overcoming your objections. Okay. People are skeptical by nature, right? So especially when they're in a buying mode, right? So what we need to do is be proactive and answer the questions. Answer the questions before they ask. Okay, I always like to add a nice FAQ section of commonly asked questions. So this is almost like a living document on your sales page, especially as you just launch a product. you may want to reinforce specific objections that people have in your FAQs. Then you can also start to add FAQs to that section as the product matures and you start to generate more customers. People are contacting your support desk and maybe asking the same type of questions. Well, you may need to go in and answer those questions on your sales page and specifically in an FAQ page. Okay, so leave that spot open to address the questions in your video. Okay, so in your video sales letter, what you may want to do is have a section that addresses frequently asked questions that you can just insert it into your video, re-upload it to YouTube, Vimeo, wherever it's going to live, and then post it onto your sales page. And that way you can address those FAQs right inside of your video sales letter. Okay. Now, number 8 is the main call to action. Okay, you need to tell them what to do, right? You need to make it painfully obvious. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build up value. Okay, by building up value, you're just stacking value on top of value, right? And by doing that, in order to do that, normally you add up all of the different features and benefits. Maybe there's bonuses that you're going to be giving away. We're trying to build up value, and then we're trying to lead them to our big pitch. Okay. You can do that through a money-back guarantee. Okay, you can do that through bonuses. Okay, so what we're trying to do is trying to maximize conversions by offering this main call to action, telling them where they need to go to buy it, right? Whether it's the buy button below, whether it's a specific URL. Okay, now we can also do this with desire, fear, and scarcity. We can say, hey, well, in order to the desire piece of this is the features and benefits and the solution that's going to solve their problems, right? The fear part is, well, hey, is it really going to work for me, right? And you can overcome that with a guarantee, right? And then 3 is scarcity. Well, hey, I'm not sure if I really want to buy just yet. You can hit them with some sort of time-sensitive offer. Say, hey, if you don't buy now, the price is going to go up, or this offer is not going to be available. Okay. So we want to add those warnings, like I just said. Okay, we're trying to evoke emotion. Okay, that you cannot afford to miss out on whatever it is that you're offering. Okay, so the fear of doing nothing. If you don't take action, your problems will remain the same. Okay, talk about the situation that you faced. So again, you can play off of that story that you told at the beginning and say, hey, you remember when I told you that story, how my life was like this and I wasn't, and reinforce that problem and that the solution that you have fixed that problem, right? Create this urgency, like I said, using countdown timers, quantity-based scarcity. Maybe you only have a certain number of copies before it goes up, and follow through on your threats. Now, you're not, the threat. When I say threat, I use that term lightly, but again, you cannot afford to miss out on this deal, or your situation will be the same, right? And then you're finally going to close. Okay, you're restating the main headline. You're summarizing the most important benefits, features, and benefits. You're restating the problem, how it's going to solve that problem. This is also a good time to do like a PS reminder if you want to, and then a final call to action. Okay, that final call to action could be an added bonus. It could be scarcity, anything like that, or just a main call to action at the end. Okay, so we've done a lot of research and we've talked to a lot of people, and we've also done just our own testing over the years as to what elements you need on, and this really goes for any type of selling. Okay, whether you're selling on a webinar, whether you're selling from a sales page, from a video, whatever it is, you need to have these elements when you're selling. Okay, so make sure that you guys download this PDF, print it out, always have it by your side whenever you're doing any type of webinar presentation creation, sales page, video, all that stuff. Okay, now like I was telling you guys before, let me just make sure there's no questions here. Okay, so there are some questions, but I'm going to save those for just in a little bit here. I want to, like I told you guys at the very beginning, I wanted to go through this presentation specifically because if you are an Easy VSL customer or you are going to be purchasing Easy VSL 2.0, which is releasing today, which I'm going to be demoing for you guys right now, this mind map is going to help you. Okay, it's going to help you craft your video sales letters. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to pull up EasyVSL and make sure that you guys can see this okay. If you guys can just give me a quick yes that you guys can see this all right. And okay, getting some yeses. Okay, cool. All right, so now here, let me just kind of paint the picture for you here. EasyVSL, it's been around for about 9 or 10 months now. We originally launched version 1.0 9 or 10 months ago. And let me just give you kind of my story as to what and why we created EasyVSL. Okay, we realized that video sales letters convert. Okay, and if you go to any of our sales pages, we're using video sales letters or at least some form of video on our sales pages. Okay, we were spending anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 to have a video guy put together a presentation and produce this video, and it was just becoming. Not only was it costly, it was time consuming. Okay, we had to go and we had to create our voiceover. We had to create the slides or pay someone to do it. Then we had to sync our. If we tried to do it ourselves, it would take days to do because we had to figure out a way to easily sync our voiceover, our custom background audio, all that kind of stuff with the slides that were on the presentation. It would take us 3 or 4 different software programs and days to edit this thing. And we're like, there's got to be an easier way. And we create software for a living. We're like, okay, so this really did solve a massive problem that we had. And when we launched version 1.0, we quickly realized how many other marketers were having this same issue. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to demo EasyVSL version 2.0. I'll highlight a whole bunch of the features that we've added since version 1.0, and at the very end, I'll give you guys a link where you can get a $10 discount, instant discount on EasyVSL, and it's only going to be for 3 hours. So again, if you act fast, the action takers will get at the very lowest price. Okay. So we're on the dashboard here. This is an Adobe Air application. It runs on both Mac and PC. Runs on your desktop. You just click on New VSL. Okay, I'm just going to name this. Now, you have 2 options here. You can start from scratch, okay, which we don't recommend because then it's going to take. EasyVSL is still going to help you, but it's not as efficient as it could be. Okay, you can start from scratch and create all of your slides manually. Okay. What we recommend is pasting in your text. Okay, so you have your script written for your video. Okay, and I'll show you guys what to do at the next step. Okay, now you can choose a template that you want to use, a design template for your presentation. We have all these different templates. Okay, there's lots of different ones. I don't know how many. There's like 40 or something like that. And then you can just choose a color. Just a solid color. You can do a gradient. Or you can add a custom theme. Now, this is something new that we've added to version 2.0. Before, in version 1, you had to choose one of these options. In version 2, you can upload your own theme into EasyVSL, and it'll store in there for later use if you want to use that. Okay. Now, we also have the different slide animations. Okay, so you can slide up, slide down, slide right, slide left. Actually, in the next day or 2, we're adding more animations as well as text animation. So as your text comes onto the page, you'll be able to have animation there as well, not just for the slide. Okay? There's lots of different font options and then the text color as well. Okay, so you just choose those. I'll just choose this nature one for now. I'll click on next. Now it's going to take you to this page. This is where we're going to copy and paste our script, our video sales letter script into this area, and this is going to help build out our slides. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this script. Now this is just one page. Depending on how long your script is, it may be multiple pages, but you'll get the point. Now I just copied my my script in there. Now I'm going to create what are called slide marks. Okay, just click on this button below, or I can do this. I can just Control copy and then Control paste. So now what I'm going to do is tell EasyVSL where I want the slides to transition. Okay, this could take 30 seconds. This could take a few minutes depending on how long your video script is. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to say, hey EasyVSL, wherever I put one of these markers, this is where I want you to transition the slide. Okay, and I'm just going to do this and this, and obviously it's up to you where you want your transitions to be. But I'm just going to go in here and finish this up. Again, it takes 30, 60 seconds. And I don't need to do it because that's the last slide. Okay. And here we go. I'm going to click on next. And now it's going to show you a summary of what is going to be on each slide. Okay. Now you can go in here and edit it if you want to, or remove, hit the trash button and it'll remove it. But this is going to show you all of your slides. I'm going to click next. And there you go. It created all of the slides for me. Okay. And I mean, obviously, this did take hours to do manually. Okay, instead of just doing what I did, putting in your ticks, and there you go. Right now, this is very much like a PowerPoint editor at this point. You can go in here, you can change the text if you want to, you can move it around, you can change the size of the font, you can change the color, you can change the font type, the alignment, anything. You can add bullet points, numbered lists. We've also added this little redo undo feature, which that's another feature within version 2.0 that was not in version 1.0. If you make a mistake, you can go back or redo. You could add images, you can add more text. Okay, you can change the animation slide. Now we also have this bulk action feature. Okay, if I click on bulk action, I can go in here, I can change the slides, and as you see, it changed all of the slides on my entire presentation. Okay, so and you can do that for anything. If I want to do this for the fonts, I can do that for the fonts, right? If I want to do that for the size, I can do that for the size, and it changes it on all of the slides. Okay, now you can do that with everything, with bold, italic, anything like that. Okay, and that's how you do a bulk action. Okay, so we added that feature, and that's a really nice feature. People love that feature. Okay. Now, there's also some other things you can do here. So say that you have your slide presentation, but you want to add in a video somewhere, a video file. It could be a demo video, it could be you in front of the camera, a screencast, whatever it may be. You just click on video, and let me go. I didn't have one ready here. Let me go ahead and get one. We have, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so here's a testimonial video. Just going to insert that. Now there you go. So now I can drag this where I want to. So say that my video presentation is going along, and then I say, watch this testimonial from Charlie, right? And it's going to go into that to his video, and then I'll go back into my presentation, right? So I can put that anywhere that I want to, and I can add as many videos as I want to. Okay, that's another feature of version 2.0 that we added. That we didn't have in version 1.0. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and save this presentation. Now I'm going to go to the next section here. So right now we're under Edit Slide, and we're going to go to Timeline. Okay. Now the timeline is where you're going to sync your audio with your video slides. Okay. So one of the main features that we added actually totally revamped in version 2.0 is the timeline editor. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 2 audio files. Now you'll notice when I clicked on Add Audio, I can import audio. Okay, it could be a WAV or MP3 format. I can record audio as simple as this by clicking Record, Start Recording, and as you can see, it's recording right now. You can see it's recording my voice. I could pause this. I could stop it. I'll go ahead and stop it now. I could play this video. I can re-record it, or I can import it. Okay. Now if I import it, you can see it just added it to the slide. Okay, so we have this built-in recording feature, which is also new in version 2.0. So now you don't need to use a third-party recording software. You can do it all directly from inside EasyVSL. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and remove that because I'm going to show you. I have 2 files ready to go here. So I'm going to choose those, and here's my voiceover. Okay. So I'm going to import that, and if I click on play. Okay, so you can see that that's my voiceover, and I can go and I can change this track, okay, voiceover, so I know exactly what it is, right? Now, say that I also wanted to add some background music. Here's a background track. It's going to take a second. This one's a little bit of a longer file, so it's going to take an extra few seconds here to import the sound. And now it's going to add an extra track. So now, as you can see, this is completely revamped. Version 2.0 allows you to have multiple tracks now. Okay, and you can slide, you can drag this. Say I wanted this to start at a certain time. I can go ahead and do that. We also have the ability to zoom in on the timeline, zoom out. I can also drag this to go down the timeline. Okay, so it's much more intuitive. Now, there's some other cool things that you can do inside the timeline. Okay, I'll go ahead and say if I click on play, you'll notice here, and I'll zoom in. You'll notice that the background track doesn't start for about 1 second. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so there's the background track. Say that I wanted to go like this. All I need to do is click and drag, and there we go. And I just moved it. Now that audio track is going to start without that 1 second delay. Okay, it's really just that simple. Now, let me go ahead and zoom back out, and now you can see the voiceover track is a lot shorter than the background track, right? So I have a few different options now. I can go ahead and I can drag this all the way down to here, and it'll do what's called like it'll tick, so it lines up perfectly. Or I can take my red marker here, and I'll go ahead and zoom in to make sure that I get it nice and accurately here. And I can, I can right click and click on split. Okay, now that just cut the audio track, so I can do whatever I want with this track. I can remove it, so now it's removed, and now the background track is in line with my voiceover. Okay, there's a few other things you can do. Okay, say that I wanted my background track, the audio level, to be lower than my voiceover, right? I want my voice to be louder than the background track. So I just went ahead and dragged this audio marker, audio slider down. So now when I click on play, you'll notice the background track is much lower. Okay. So that is how easy it is to add multiple audio tracks, and you have the ability to cut, zoom in, zoom out on the timeline. It's very, very intuitive now. Okay. Now, one thing that you're going to want to do here is, now that we have our audio file set up, I need to set up my transitions, okay, from slide to slide, and make sure that it syncs properly with my voiceover, right? So what I'm going to do is click on play. As this is playing, I'm going to start just all I need to do is just hit the check mark when I want the transition to stop. So what I want it to transition to the next slide. What I'm going to do really quickly is I'm just going to remove this file. Okay, I'm going to go back to here, and now I'll just show you kind of a live example of me syncing my audio with the slides. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I know your time is valuable, but you can get the point here. Okay, so as you can see, as I'm going through the markers, you can see all the different transitions here. Okay, and if I zoom in a little bit, I can see here's slide 2. Now if I click on play, you're going to see that it's automatically going to transition. Okay, so see how simple that is to sync your audio with your slides. Now, if you messed up, you can go in here and you can untick it, and it removes the slide. Or say that, oh, I needed to move this. Oops, I needed to move this. Whoops-a-daisy. Sorry about that. Not sure why we're getting that, but you can slide these up back and forth. Okay, and you can edit. If the alignment is off, you can go ahead and change that. Okay, now that's all you need to do. Okay, the last step is just click on publish, and it exports it for you into an MP4 format. Okay, now the MP4 format, it's an HD 16:9 format, so like 1280 by 720. We always recommend just uploading it to YouTube or Vimeo or wherever you want to, and you have a nicely synced VSL presentation. Okay, it's really just that easy to do. Okay, let me go ahead. Right now I'm just going to go and see if there's any questions right here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I see some of you guys saying you couldn't hear the VSL. I apologize. It could just be part of GoToWebinar. That it didn't. It's only capturing my microphone and not the. Let me go ahead and try something really quick. just so you guys can get a good gauge and kind of see. I want to see if I can change some of the controls. Let me go back into the presentation and let's go to the timeline and see if I can click on settings. Let me see here. Just want to see if I can get my system audio. Okay, so sorry guys. So I'm not sure exactly why you can't hear it. It could just be that it's not GoToWebinar isn't able to play my system sound, but I can assure you that my voiceover is playing and the background is playing as well. Yes, Maddie, this will work on Adobe Air 2. Let's see. Can I add an individual JPEG image of a product on my slide? Yeah. So what you can do is go to Edit Slides, and then you can click on Image, and then you could add in your image, and then you can resize it or put it wherever you want on your slide. So yes, you can do that. Okay. All right, guys. I see a bunch of you asking